and strategies. You already know what it is. Midnight Marauding tonight. Taibu Muad'Dib with Diagnosis on the Spot. That's right. Dots is back. We have the Rick Child fallout. I've given everybody a couple of days to do their reels and things before I drop that bomb on you. Podcaster, motivational speaker, motivator, all around good guy, automotive sales professional. Shout out Don Davis, Nissan, and the Clay Cooley Auto Group. Shout out to the First Step Coaching Program and Being Built Different, all the clients. So tonight it just comes down to what you prefer. You know, what's your preference? I got some screen shares up here I'm going to go to. So follow me over at Win with Taibu. That's where you're winning. Yeah. Give them winning strategies. Man, I'm feeling that. I'm going to turn that into it. So I'm going to jump right into it because it is late. So I can honestly say that I'm shocked. The commercialization of tragedies, the clout chasing with these tragedies, it's really, really, a big deal. It's really, really a big deal. It is. And I say that because you got people doing these stitches, you got duets, you got people pulling from other people's, exclamations. We're going to look at a couple of them tonight. We have to look at a couple of them tonight. We have to. I'm going to go to them on the picture for sure. I just want to know what the point is, really. So I'm going to do some picture tonight. Usually I invite guests on, but tonight is hitting a little bit different for me, right? Because so many individuals, they don't really know how to manifest these things in the right way. So, you can go live about something, you can talk all night about something, but the reality is are you saying anything? And for me, it's like I'm trying to put myself in the mentality of Rick Child. The only thing I can think of is that this young man, as innocent as he seemed that day, had done so many things before, or maybe made threatening comments or remarks. I don't know if these things are part of the trial. I didn't really follow the trial all like that, but I mean, absent of this young man really harassing Rick Child and his family, I just don't understand where people can leap to him being, defending himself in some sort of way. So in the fallout, I'm seeing a lot of other stuff, like other videos surfacing about Rick Child being violent and aggressive towards other young people. I'm going to go ahead and share some of that. But let me go ahead to the general protesters. I'm going to screen share that. We can just go ahead and look at some of the general, the fallout of the after the verdict. I'm going to share the screen. And I want you all to know, again, I'm not choosing sides because I don't think that's what we're all about. It's just, what can we learn from this most egregious act of, callousness towards another life? Um, is it any more about, the culture? Are people coming to America and they're adopting a colonial European mentality about the African person? And is the country ready to back that up? Follow me with Taibu for the picture.
Reaching a financially secure retirement requires making smart choices, but those smart choices take time and stir up more.
The hours following this ruling, a community is looking to be heard and wanting to keep attention on the case that is sparking debate nationwide.
WI's reporter Lena Allen speaking with demonstrators earlier today and shares their message tonight.
Protesters outraged about the Rick Chow murder trial not guilty verdict, letting their signs and voices
Justice for Cyrus
be seen and heard. For many, this case has been personal from the very beginning.
Truly.
We've been involved in this situation from the very beginning, from the day that Cyrus was murdered.
Jerome Bowers, a part of the many to the justice system.
We're going to stand lives unjustly.
The shock and emotions flooding in after the verdict Monday as the cries of Carmack Belton's family filled the courtroom. Rick Chow's wife also getting emotional as they took the handcuffs off her husband. Meanwhile, 30 yards from the gas station, now surrounded by flowers and water bottles. Chow and his son suspected Carmack Belton stole a water bottle from their store in 2023, which turned out to be false. So today, instead of a sign, Michelle Fletcher was holding a bottle of water up in the air.
This is what they valued his.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. There's nothing that can be said about the weight of what was supposed to be taken from the store versus a man who basically snapped and hunted down a random teen and took his life. I don't know. The story is so bizarre that he had a gun. It fell out. He pointed it. To me, and I don't really know. Like I said, I have to do a little bit more deep diving into the whole murder trial thing and just hearing some of the evidence. But without not knowing anything about it, it sounds like one of them police old detective movies with the bad cops that's, where they're just planting the little gun out of their ankle holster on somebody after they murder them. Is it a tough neighborhood to where the kids have to carry a gun? What's the dad? I mean, the dad, he's saying something. Who gave him the gun, sir? Your son's 14 years old. I mean, if he needs a gun, why don't you walk him to the store? I don't know. It's just, it's so bizarre, the whole scenario. Whether he stole something or not, he ran away. If he had a gun on him and he was running away from the store instead of pulling it out in the store when they got aggressive with him, then the gun wasn't for anybody in the store. It just wasn't. Now, I have a message for the jurors that actually, because it's a jury of your peers. And so I have a message for them, and I want to be heard, and I want this to be what it is. If in fact, indeed, that pistol belonged to that young man, which 14, you're too young to buy a pistol. Was the dad called out and asked if he knew his son owned a pistol? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much for me that's missing. Again, I didn't watch the trial, I didn't watch the evidence, I didn't watch court TV. But I'm thinking to myself, at this, the layman's term, just the common sense, if the young man had a pistol and he didn't pull it out and say, give me the water, he didn't even take the water knowing he had the means to do it. He had the means to at least brandish the weapon, take the water, and bag out the store with the water in his hand. And what would they have done? So if he's down the street, and we all just saw his picture in picture on my page. He was down the street, and you look at what's going on, and he's down the street, and you can see it's like a slope. So he falls down, the gun comes out. Let's just say there was a gun. The gun comes out. He's trying to get back up. If he got shot in the back, he didn't even turn. If he got shot in the back, he didn't even turn around. So what did he do? Did he get back up and the gun like this? Like it's this ridiculous. It's so bizarre. I'm telling you, it's so bizarre. It doesn't matter if it was in South Carolina or in Utah. It's just so bizarre. The story is so crazy. I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't. So like I started out saying in the beginning of my podcast, I'm trying to put myself in this man, Rick Child's mind. And it just seems like he just went through a point where he was fed up. So he's telling the truth, America. He feels like if he kills one bleep baby, one bleep child, one bleep bleep in general, if it's one less bleep in the world, yes, he's protecting his family. He rid the community of one less young African man in it, because he's obviously been snapped. Sure, he looks all calm. Did any of you watch Jeffrey Dahmer? If you put Jeffrey Dahmer at his trial next to Rick Child and you kind of merge them together, of course, after you kill somebody, you calm. But that man snapped clearly. Let me show you the degrees. I'm a certified and confirmed genius. I want you to know this. Confirmed genius. I want you to know this. So let me break this down for you on a couple different levels, right? So, Rick, he has stolen some water. Now, this man, you have to wonder. By watching the video, you wonder. The young man that's now deceased was approached first by the son. So what does that mean Rick was doing? He was getting the weapon. He doesn't carry it on him. He was getting the weapon. That's if me and you get into a fight and I go to my car and get my pistol and shoot you, it's murder. If I have the pistol on me and you start fighting on me and I shoot you, it's self-defense. So while the son was approaching the young man, which scared him out the door, Rick Child was getting the gun. Did anybody ask Rick Child if he had the gun, if he carries a gun in his store? I mean, I don't know in South Carolina if it's legal or not, but did he have the pistol on him? In that time, I saw the video. In that time, the son approached the young man first. Ran past his mom. Dude see him, he get his bag and shoot out the door. So the dad is behind the son. So the dad went and got the pistol. So you jurors, y'all got it wrong. That's the first level where you got it wrong. I don't know what the prosecution asked him. What if he had the pistol on him? It's a different story slightly. But the fact that if he's not walking around his store with the gun on him, he went to go get the pistol. He heard his wife say he stole some water. He went and got his pistol over water. It's murder. Right? Okay. I don't know what you can and can't say on these social media. Let me slow down a little bit. I don't know legally if you can recharge somebody with a lesser crime. I don't know what the state was thinking about that. It's interesting how he was charged, but if the state didn't put anything else on the table but the unaliving of somebody in the worst way, then they assumed that the jury, this is the second level, they just assumed the jury would just be like, yeah, it's obvious. If you chase somebody and shoot them in the back, that's wrong. It's wrong. How wrong is it? It's up to you to decide that, but it's wrong. So I really can't fault the state for only leaving that on the table, because there was nothing else you could say about it. It was wrong. The young man's life is gone, so that's what it was. It's wrong. So the jury, did he have the gun on him, or did he go get it? Because if the wife was saying, "Oh, he's attacking me, Rick," he still had to go get the pistol. If he was said, "He's attacking our son, Rick," he had to go get the pistol. He stole some water, Rick, and you go get the pistol? Okay. Now, the last degree is, like I demonstrated earlier, the story doesn't make any sense. I don't know where they were positioned, but if the young man fell down and his son ran past him and was facing, the young man that's now passed away, if he was facing him and he's getting up, that's one thing. But if they were both behind him, how could the young man get shot in the back but point the pistol at him or his son? Look at me. You're all watching the screen right now. Do it with me. Pick up something in your hand and point it behind you somehow, because he got shot in his back. Not in his side, not in his chest. He got shot in the back. Now, it was an act of cowardice for sure. And we've seen in South Carolina, right? I would like to present that. We've seen in South Carolina, the police officer that lied about shooting a man and him being attacked, South Carolina has precedence on citizens, because a peace officer is a citizen that's been, commissioned to fight crime, but they're still a citizen. That's why they're called a peace officer. So a peace officer said a man grabbed for his this or grabbed for his that, but he really just shot that man down. So we have another African man shot by someone that's not African in the back. That should have been the deliberation should have lasted 10 minutes. The deliberation should have lasted 10 minutes on that one. In reality. How could it have lasted longer than that? Like it was like the movies. All in favor of the guilty? Raise your hand. It should have been like that. Okay. Send it out. The deliberation should have lasted 10 minutes. All of them people listening to all that evidence, but the only evidence I really needed was, how did the bullet enter his back? But the man's story is, they should have stood up each other. It was 9, 12 of them. I can't think right now. It's just because it's boggling my mind. But however many jurors it is, they didn't stand up and do a natural reenactment of it. Like, here, lay down on the ground real quick. Okay, now me and her are behind you. Now point this pencil or this cologne, point it behind you and seem threatening with it. How can I do this even if I have a gun in my hand? How can I do this and you feel threatened? It's a gun for sure. I can shoot it for sure, but accurately maybe? I don't know. I don't think there's ever been a case outside of watching the movies where somebody's shooting behind them. I look at this video they showed of that little grassy slope it just makes it all that much more tragic. Yeah, South Carolina and America as a whole, what are we doing? That I just gave y'all 3 different degrees of how the jury failed that young man, but it's as a representation of who we are. We all failed. When they say no justice, no peace, Rick Child going home to peace, the jurors is going home to peace. That doesn't seem right to me. The jurors, in my opinion, that freed that man, they're culpable to the crime. They might as well pull the trigger themselves. Yeah. And you all need to say it. You all need to own it. That's like condoning that behavior in the umpth degree. But it behooves me to point this out. But I want to make this point clear on my podcast, because like I said, you're not all seeing it as far as a precedence. Precedence means something has already happened in a like fashion, so we all know what should happen next. So the South Carolina cop caught on tape gunning down unarmed black male. I'm just gonna put it in Google like that. It says former the killing of Walter Scott. Okay. Let me add this one word or 2 words. Video of. Let me do it like that because I want to show the video. Okay. And this right here, I just wanted, you got YouTube, PBS, and the BBC, so the whole world saw it. So when I say we have precedents that this indeed happens in South Carolina, and people lie about it. Like, we have precedents. It's not like it's just something made up. There's a precedence of it. Okay. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna pause it. Join me over on Win with Taibu. I'm streaming live on YouTube. I'm over on Facebook at Taibu Muad'Dib. Join me. I want you to see this live on YouTube, because it's real. Like, the struggle is real. Like, what are we doing? I'm gonna screen this picture in picture. Follow me at Win with Taibu. Come on over here and watch this with me. So I'm just going to show you the precedence that was set, right? In South Carolina, nonetheless, of a citizen or an other saying that they had to kill a black man because he was aggressing upon them, right? So let's look at what this looks like for real. I want to see the actual footage. I want to see if they show it. They talk about it. It's PBS Hour, but I want to see this. I want to show it. I'm gonna fast forward ahead until it shows where they actually show it, the video of it, because these are just talking heads. You're gonna show it? What's going on with this video? Nah, I must have went too far past it. Okay. Maybe they wasn't going to show it. It's funny because they show the guy running, but they don't show it. Like, I need to see it. All right. Let me try it on Facebook. Facebook seem to have all the news. Shout out to Facebook. They seem to have all the news. Body cam footage. Let's go. Let's see it. Yeah. This, they don't want you to remember it. America has a bad case of covering things up and disappearing evidence. They don't want you to remember. Man, this country got issues. Because I definitely want to show it to y'all. That'll make my whole podcast feel, because I almost forgot that in the same state there was precedence. Like the citizens, you can't forget something like that no time soon. So there was precedence that this thing was already done. Okay, we're gonna stop sharing that. We're gonna get on here and close that out. We're gonna close that out. I'm gonna keep working on it. Yeah, I gotta keep working on it because I need this. I need to drive this point home. Let me go ahead and share this real quick and get out y'all hair. I don't want to keep y'all up too late. It's already heading towards midnight. But I couldn't put it off any longer. Not at all. Just have to get to it. For real. Well, while I'm waiting for it to load up, there we go. So let me show you first, really quick. Let me show you first a couple of reels while I'm digging this information up. Let me show y'all a couple of reels. All right, so I'm gonna share this reel on Facebook because I want it to be no. There we go. So let me go ahead and share the screen. So this guy is putting some stuff out there, and you can buy it or you don't have to buy it. But
black fatigue, okay? And what your people call niggerism. Yeah, not my words. Those are your people words. You people that is living in that black culture mentality, the poor fuckers, one of you failing in life, and then you want to blame everybody else. You see the whole Cyrus case and Mr. Chow, none of this would have happened if you motherfuckers raise your fucking kids right. That fucking little boy witnessed some of his business trying to steal fucking water,
and
okay?
this is what she's saying is exactly why the jury overlooked the 3 degrees of wrong that I broke down earlier, right? For another minority that was taken advantage of greatly by European colonialism when this country was first forming, for them to have any sort of malice towards African people when they themselves have felt the brunt of hatred based on their culture. Like it hasn't changed. It's this is why, Rick Child got, found not guilty in the most bizarre murder case probably ever that was this highly publicized, where so much was missing that would have made it make sense, and people just let it go. But listening to her talk, this is why I say that the jury members, all of you, you might as well have pulled the trigger yourself. It's crazy because this right here, it must be how you must feel just like she feels.
Now, I might not agree with Mr. Child chasing the fucking boy and shooting him fucking in Timbuktu, okay, wherever the fuck he was. But here's the crazy part. If you had disciplined your fucking boy, right? He wouldn't be someone's store trying to steal fucking a 50 cents. You go and attack the fucking attorney defending his clients. Dirty because they understand your fucking culture, your mentality. You failed your kid. You're to.
Now that's not something that I'm a stranger to us hating each other, us waiting for the opportunity to down each other, to make ourselves look good or to be accepted by the dominant class. That's not something that I'm a stranger to. So that point right there, I made a similar remark last week when I first hit this, but she's saying what she's saying. She has sunglasses on, but the you people part of this and you people part of that, I think that she works like probably for Mr. Child or someone like him. Like she's obviously self-employed because I'm pretty sure any company that she'd be hired by would have fired her almost immediately when they seen this or upon seeing this. They might not know yet. But she's saying all this right here. So let me go, obviously, to let me go out of this real quick and then go to my next one. Now she's saying all this like Rick Child really is innocent and he really would never do anything like that. It was all about the water and the boy stealing it and stuff like that. Until you see Rick Child fighting a teenage girl. And I don't know if this is fake news or whatever. I'm gonna put it up here though. But I just feel like the guy snapped. I feel like, this is who he really was. Like he was getting to the end of his rope with young African kids in his store. And, he just wasn't going for it. Like one more incident.
I'm saying. You know what? Hey, back up. No, he can do it. Are you serious? Back off. Hey, back off. No, I'm trying to stop. Let go. No, tell him to stop off. 911, we are officer. I need an officer right now. I told you if you want to talk, I'm going to be here. I told you to back up. I told you I'm trying to get out. I told you to back up. Where's my piece of my floor? Why are you pushing me? Why are you pushing me? Put down! Why are you pushing me? Down my face. I'm not being pushed right now. Why are you touching me? I'm not hitting you, sir. Move. Let go.
So it looks to me like I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks to me like he is carrying a pistol, like literally, like has a gun in a holster, like, so that takes care of one. That's so, yeah. I mean, and in this situation, it looks like he's detaining the young lady, and it looks like him and his son are jumping a teenage girl. Now, somebody sent this to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I made this point though. Like, do the parents know that this man's down there acting like that? Back in my day, if I say, mom or dad, I felt unsafe with this person doing something, my parents going to shoot straight up there. So a young teen is shot in the back and killed by this man. This man is on camera beating up a teenage girl. Like, that's it. That was it. If the quote unquote African colored black parents in that neighborhood didn't shut down the shop over that, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I didn't even see this when I did my first show. And it looks to me like, yeah, I mean, that's bad. That's bad. Like, there's no way around that. So this is the person she's talking about. So she's talking, and you people aren't raising your kids right. When Rick Chow is he's act like a wild dog with a gun on his back, like, for real. That's just the craziest thing. So I have a still shot. I'm gonna share this tab. I have a still shot. I'm gonna share it with you all. I want you to see it. I want you to see Rick Chow with a pistol on his body, grabbing, a teenage girl. She couldn't have been a grown woman because she would have beat him up. He probably would have had to shoot and kill her. It couldn't have been a grown woman. Like, we're the adults in the neighborhood. So we can all see Rick Chow with his arms up around this young African woman's, this teen's, like, his arms up around her head and neck area. What's going on, Pat? So Rick Chow, I mean, if you look at this, I don't know if this is fake news or not, but it looks like the same man and his son. And they just getting down on people up in there, right? So the black men I see marching, where was y'all after he beat this girl up? And then wouldn't let her leave. I'm pretty sure they told somebody. Yeah, the police weren't called. Like, what's going on? So I don't know. It's that area, South Carolina, y'all, a strange state. I have a daughter. Praise God. She doesn't live in South Carolina. She never met Mr. Chow. But men, there's men in churches, the deacons for defense. What are the black men in the church? I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's our worth, nor our value. We have to nip stuff in the what happened to Cyrus. We have to nip this stuff in the bud. We can't be afraid to, as they say, call a spade a spade. Before I sign off, like I said, I'm gonna find that video footage for all of you. But yeah, this is Rick Chow right here. Look at him. That's as aggressive as it gets. I don't know if how could this video not surface until after, the trial. He got arrested 3 years ago. So what are we doing? When did this happen? In this new store? It doesn't make any sense. So, he slams the young girl down. It looks like she's fighting for her life. And I think she would have got the best of Mr. Child had the son not jumped in. Yeah, that's tough to watch. I'm gonna stop sharing that. But yeah, clearly, in the fallout of the Rick Child verdict, he's a free man now, legally. I want to say this to the African people. When Trump lost the election, a good number of Europeans, quote unquote, stormed the Bastille, right? And people are upset at Trump for inciting that to happen. But you know, they were just they were upset because their leader may have been taken advantage of or hoodwinked or tricked or just wasn't given a fair shake. But that was their response. They climbed over the fence at the Capitol, at the White House, in the nation's capital, ran up in there. And we have young people being beaten up in grocery stores and bodegas and men choked on the corners for selling loose cigarettes. And we haven't gone over a fence yet. We haven't. I'm not saying that that's the right way to do something, but there definitely needs to be law and order. But if we don't all agree what law and order is prior to us going over the fence at the nation's capital, I don't know what other remedies we can talk about. You don't have to shut down any more highways or shut down any more roads or stand outside any more police stations. You know, we can just all agree that the next unjust shooting of an African child, of an African life on American soil means we all shut it down. That's cool. I mean, look out for each other. That's cool. That might be what needs to happen for us to get back to having our own businesses and supporting each other. But I just thank God that he covers me and mine. I hope you and yours are safe, but we have to come to an agreement on what right and wrong is. It can't be it's only right or wrong if it doesn't involve a certain kind of people. When you are given life, it's by God, and we all have a right to life. We all have a right to life. And if someone deprives you of your life, you know, that should be such a serious thing that we should have a higher degree of scrutiny based off of what the individual says. Like, I mean, there are wives who, you know, were battered by their husbands that's doing time. And this guy, Rick Child, gets off for shooting anybody in the back. It doesn't matter who the person is. Doesn't matter what the culture is. He shot somebody in the back and they died. So that's just wrong. And I'm upset with you, South Carolinians. I'm upset with you to know that if I was in your state and somebody shot me in the back, you let them go because my skin color. So, you know, I went to Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach I had a really great time, but I don't know African people. South Carolina, I don't know. Boy, lot to do. That's my time, folks. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, just discussing the fallout of the Rick Child verdict. I just think that it's terribly wrong. I said what I said, and I stand behind it. My thoughts are my own. My beliefs are my own. And I believe a winning strategy for how to really handle this and deal with this as the people on both sides is to really sit down and have a conversation. Rick Child, you know what you did was wrong. Your family, y'all was wrong. You escalated something that wasn't a big deal, and it took the life of somebody that deserved to have their life. Just wrong. And we need to sit down and talk about it. So, the Childs need to ask for forgiveness from Cyrus's family, and they need to move forward and treat people differently. They really do. Because what I saw and what's going on, it's not right. A winning strategy is for us to all admit that we're more alike than we are different. And we all want family. We all want peace. We all want a better way of life. And that can only happen when we have an understanding. But yeah, African people, watch your kids, talk to them, tell them what's what. Stop letting them just do whatever they want to do, because then you don't know where they're at or how they're moving, and they put themselves in dangerous situations. And we have to realize that we owe it to each other, just the whole community, like to protect, the youth. So outside of the murder charge, there should have been child abuse or of some sort. I mean, he was a minor, he was a child. If Rick Child would have punched him, he broke his jaw. There has to be some kind of ramifications for that, because he is a child. And if you couldn't tell he was a child or didn't know he was a child, he really shouldn't even be in the country, if that's how they do it back where he's from. There has to be rules to this. There was nothing okay about that situation. I rest. I got some things coming up this summer. I'll announce them in my next podcast, but rest assured that the diagnosis on the spot is really on the way. I'm going to do something big with this program. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you need to be diagnosed, if you're going through something, a challenge, reach out to me. Look at the link in the description. You see it. Diagnosis on the Spot is being brought to you by the winning strategies coach, Taibu Muadi, yours truly. So capture your opportunity by going to Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. And we'll get it in. Until next time, y'all be safe. Bam. Yeah. Winning strategies. Diagnose his problems, give them winning strategies. But the reality is are you saying? I diagnose their problems, give them winning strategies. When they themselves really. That's my time. You already know. I'm up late. Shout out to the Spurs. I am in Texas for evening the series, for getting one game closer to evening the series and making this a series. Shout out to New York for fighting all the way to the end. I mean, they didn't give up, put their heads down. They really showed that they wanted to win. They just didn't have enough in the tank. A lot of turnovers in that game on both sides. But yeah, New York definitely went cold in the fourth quarter. Couldn't hit a three-pointer to save their life. If some of those shots went down, it'd be a different outcome for sure. So get that Gatorade in, you guys. Get back and try it again. The city's starving for a championship. But again, I am in Texas, so shout out to the Spurs for doing what they had to do to get it right. I appreciate all of you for following with Taibu. Like I said, I'm going to announce this big event coming up in August. It's going to be spectacular. And again, shout out to everybody that supports the program, that supports me. Shout out to my places of employment and my businesses, the First Step Coaching Program. It's still going strong. Be built different. Yeah. Winning strategies. I diagnose their problems, give them winning strategies. So they mad at me. I diagnosed it. This album, this song is gonna be so hot. Get ready for it. It's gonna be a summer to remember. See you soon.